Hey guys, we're back in the kitchen and we are cooking a kind of a Southern New Year's tradition. New Year's to start the new year, kick it off right, and lots of people make promises. So we're gonna kick it off with good luck, fortune, and we're gonna do it the way Southerners do with some collard greens, which are for money or fortune. We're gonna use some black-eyed peas, which are for good luck. So what you need, and I love cabbage in it as well, so I'm using some cabbage. I've got some Applewood real smoked bacon to flavor these beans and greens and cabbage up real good. Salt, pepper, chicken stock, garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic. I just didn't have any today. So I'm gonna use two pans. I've got one pan for my beans and cabbage, and I'll tell you what I've put in there, and we're gonna repeat, so I'm gonna show you how I did it with the pan for the greens, because we're gonna wilt those greens. So, and collard greens are so good for you. Leafy greens, they're good for building iron. They're just so healthy for you, good for your gut. So I first took my pan and I did a process of cutting the bacon, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. So I sauteed bacon, and when that bacon was, kind of good and juicy in there and browning, I added a chopped shallot. This right here, chopped shallot. And I added about half of my cabbage, sliced thin, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I let it cook down. And this pan is hot. Ideally, it should be on the stove when I do this. I've kept it hot here. And I'm gonna kind of deglaze the bottom of that pan with all the stuff in it. I'm not gonna take it out. And I'm gonna add a bit of chicken broth to loosen up those brown bits or frond on the bottom of the pan. So that's gonna go back on the burner, and I'm gonna put my black-eyed peas, which are for good luck in the new year. I'm gonna pour 2 cans. You can do it from dried beans. I just chose to take the quicker and faster route as usual, and I'm adding 2 cans of black-eyed peas to my pan, and I'm gonna stir it up and put that back. And the beans are great protein for you. I'm gonna put that back on the burner, and you can see it's got good juice. It's got beans, bacon, cabbage, and shallot and chicken broth in there, and all those good seasonings. So I'm gonna put that back on the burner, and I'm gonna show you how I do my bacon, and we're gonna wilt these collard greens. Okay, we've got that simmering on the burner, and all this you don't have to cook very long. Probably the main thing is getting those onions and shallots softened, your cabbage softened, and your bacon fully cooked. And that bacon's gonna season this up great. So I've got good thick sliced bacon, and what I like to do, I've got 3 slices here, and I've got my stainless steel pan ready to go. I just take my kitchen scissors and I just cut the bacon into about 1/2-inch pieces, and I cut all 3 strips at once. And I'm gonna put that on the heat and let it start cooking. And I've cut up, kind of chopped up, rough chop, a good Southern Vidalia sweet onion. So while this cooks, and as I do it, as it cooks, I sort of separate those 3 slices so that it's these little bits of bacon in the pan. And once that starts browning and we get some good fat juice in there, I'm gonna add my Vidalia onion that's rough chopped. So I'm gonna let that heat up, get some oil going with it, and then add this and season with salt and pepper. Okay, I've got my 3 slices of bacon, salt, pepper, and my onions. I've added my onions. They're sizzling over there. I'm gonna let them get nice and brown and a little bit caramelly. So I'm gonna show you what to do with these collard greens. So I do not care for the hard stem in there. So what I do is, I'm gonna show you how I do it. I remove that stem from the center, and I've got all of them done, and I washed my greens real good. So, and I don't even bother drying them because I want to wilt them, and I'm going to use that moisture from where I've washed them to help wilt. So I'm just going to take my knife and go down the stem. This might not be a fancy chef way to do it, but this is the way I like to do it. You can fold it in half and cut it out. I like to see that I'm cutting all that tough stuff out. So there you go, stem out. And then we're going to rough chop these. I'm just gonna stack them up, kind of roll them over and rough chop. And you'll see when you do these, some people boil them. I prefer this like kind of stir fry method where I wilt them. I've got my big lid ready to go over my pan so that they wilt real good. So I'm just gonna rough chop them, and then I'm gonna add them to the pan and stir them around a little bit, put the lid on, take the lid off after a bit, and stir them again, check on them. And when they're wilted, I'm gonna add probably all of them, but maybe most of them so you can tell what it looks like, to my bean mixture, and I'll bring it over and we'll show you what it looks like, and we'll have a little taste. Okay, so I wilted my greens and it took under 10 minutes, and you can even, and it's left them bright green, which is what I want. I don't want to overcook them, and I don't want to cook them down until they're mush or you know, a darker green. I want that bright green. So, and all those vitamins came out of the pan. I added a little bit of chicken broth to deglaze. So you've got your Vidalia onion, salt and pepper, your good Applewood smoked bacon. You can use any kind of bacon. I just like the smoky flavor, and I like the thick bacon when I'm doing this. So I'm gonna take that and stir that into my pot of black-eyed peas that has cabbage, bacon, and shallot, and salt, pepper, garlic powder, all that good seasoning. You can see the steam coming up, and you can see that good fortune and money, green money, in those black-eyed peas that stand for good luck. So this is a Southern Gal's version of Hoppin John for the new year. I'm gonna put some into my bowl. Can't wait to eat this. Packed full of vitamins, good luck and fortune. So there you have a beautiful bowl of healthy stuff. And I'm gonna I add cheese to everything, butter and cheese. So I'm gonna add good shaved Parmesan to the top of that, add a little bit of flavor, and then we're gonna have a taste. All right, let's have a taste of this good stuff. That is hearty on a cold day. That is delicious. Hoppin John, give it a try and get your good luck and fortune going on.